Perfect.
Markie Mark said nigga in this movie and I laughed.
He did.
Because I forgot that he said it twice.
What? What you trying to say? I don't say nigga all the time. Of course I say nigga. Of course I say nigga.
As I beat this Chinese man over here.
I know 5 and 4 niggas, right?
The best part was when he said, when he told homeboy that, like people say that you run stuff with 50 Sweet, but instead, you up in here, he's got you looking like a house nigga. When he said that, did you notice the look? It's either from Tyrese or
somebody.
I know you talk about the look.
Somebody black turned and looked. Just gave him the side eye.
No, I thought you was talking about. I thought you was about to say, did you notice the look? When you said that, I was like, what? Mark Wahlberg, like, yeah, I said nigga. You act like I ain't the first time I said nigga before. It wasn't the what no look. So no.
Got folks,
It wasn't
we're here.
the what no look. No, it wasn't. It was more of the Boston, Southie. Come on, fight me, Markie Mark. I'm a part of hip hop history.
I mean, well, this was his. This pretty much was his
Solidified black card.
No, God, no.
Shut up, Chris. It's niggas like you that gave it to him.
No,
don't do that.
Listen. This was nothing more, gentlemen, than his audition tape for The Departed.
Well,
very early.
Eris.
Bear in mind, yes.
Eris, you said it wrong.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. It takes place in Boston. It's not Departed. It's Departed. All right, get it right.
It doesn't matter. He literally acted like Dignam throughout this movie and in The Departed.
Well, Sue. Maybe not. Maybe fuck your mother.
Exactly.
I love that line. That is peak Boston right there.
It's peak Mark. Peak Mark Wahlberg.
No, that's peak Boston. That's peak Duncan.
No.
That's peak.
No.
We outside Gillette Stadium. Come on, fucking fight me.
No. Peak Markie Mark to me. I watch the movie sometimes for entertainment value. Patriot Day.
Chris, you are a psychopath.
You really are.
You are a psychopath.
No, Chris.
I am.
Chris, you could never say anything to me again. Anytime I ever say some out of pocket stuff, I'm gonna just look at you and say Patriot Game.
Patriot Games.
That's a Patriot Day. No, it's not Patriot Day.
Patriot Day. I will let that. No.
No, here's the thing.
Nope. See, I would have let it go. I'd have let it go if you said sniper. But you mentioned Patriot Day. All right.
Boston.
Now I got to be real with you. If some of y'all heard me 2 years ago, me and Chris, we did Fear, not Fear.
Yeah.
We did that. And if y'all heard me then, I'm gonna say it again. I hate Mark Wahlberg. I do not like Mark Wahlberg. Is he entertaining? Yeah, sure. And I can act, but barely not. But come on, I get away with it. Look at my abs. It still look good for a 40-year-old. Yeah, I thought so. Like, I get why Markie Mark gets cast. You know what I mean? Let me make it very clear. I understand why you cast him. And sometimes he actually kind of nails it. But on some real shit, it's like somebody squeezed a rag. It's like somebody squeezed the New England Patriots rag, and all the sweat that dripped into a Dunkin' Donuts cup, and they poured Guinness in it on St. Patrick's Day and drunk it, and boom, Markie Mark came out their ass or some shit. Like, I really don't like Mark Wahlberg.
I still stand 10 toes down, and D is going to like throw a punch.
Hold on 1 second though. Out of all that I'm saying, Tevin, we are kindred spirits because I will vouch for him in the big hit. The big hit is a sorry ass.
But I want people to understand this
because of Mark Wahlberg. It wasn't though.
I stand 10 toes down on this, and D is gonna probably like throw a punch at me for this. It's probably why I've ranked Transformers 4 up there as like a fun ass goddamn movie because of Marky Mark's and goofy ass fucking movie.
Yeah, I know exactly what D. I mean, I know exactly what Chris, because you marked out, no pun intended, when like when he said, "Hey," he said, "Hey everybody, I think we just found a Transformer."
Thank you, right there. That the Boston just oozed. A guy that's supposed to be from Oklahoma with a Boston ass accent.
In fact, I don't even refer to him as Mark Wahlberg throughout these movies. Like, Four Brothers is literally, like, it stars literally Tyrese, Andre 3000, Garrett Hudlin, and Boston.
Yeah. Ironic, because Garrett Hudlin is actually from Boston too, but he's like the better Boston actor.
Hey, Chris, Garrett didn't do shit in this movie.
But while you're at it, but while y'all listen to us as we are a good 6 minutes in, y'all please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and go to our website. We need the traffic. Kind of, not really, but y'all know what to do. All of our links are there.
I want people to understand. See, I like Garrett Hudlin. It wasn't this movie. It was Death Sentence when him and Kevin Bacon were going at it. Good ass movie. He beefed up in that movie more than what he looked like in Four Brothers. I think that's what fucked me up about watching Death Sentence.
Oh, I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have nothing to say. I don't have no thing to back him up.
No, but Andre,
he's like there in acting, but not really there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing. Andre 3000, we gotta talk about this. There's a segment of black folks that hype up Idlewild in that mid-ass fucking movie that it is.
Hey, Chris, shh, I got it. Hey, Andre, you can't act for shit. You cannot act. I know everybody said, oh, no, you can't. Andre, I love you to death. If you don't play that flute and go eat and go be out in the fields and play that shit for butterflies and shit, nigga, just go out.
By the way, Andre, since you're one,
you do not need to act.
By the way, Andre, I'm just saying, if you roam in the world like King from Kung Fu, can you come to my wedding and play the flute? That'd be great. Be fantastic.
Hey, Chris, you're going to show up there in a diaper and a turban, and you're going to be mad as hell.
And you're going to be sitting in the corner like I told that nigga this shit was going to fucking happen. Make a TikTok out of it.
I'm all for it.
But nah, look, people hyped up Andre 3000 because of Idlewild, but the ironic part is Four Brothers is probably more memorable for him than what Idlewild was. If you really think,
you know what, here's the thing. I feel that it's one of the weird things about Outkast's fan base. Mm-hmm. It's like, I understand why everybody likes Andre. I totally do.
Yeah, but
it's like, put it this way. They fall under what I call the Hardy Brothers rule. Of course, Jeff is going to be the more interesting one compared to Matt. Matt wants to be about wrestling. He wants to write it, all the rest of that shit. What do you want to do, Andre? Nigga, I want to skateboard and be by myself. I like him, man. That's how Andre is. When Big Boy won't be like, nah, man, I'm in the studio, man. I'm trying to put these niggas on. You heard me, man? I'm trying to put these niggas on down there. Said, Andre, what you doing? I just want to be with my kids, man. We were playing Street Fighter upstairs. Like there's a difference between the two. Now, don't get me wrong. Dre is still an artist. He's still an artist. There's no way getting around that. He's still a rapper. But there is more to him than just that. And I feel that the love of Dre of Three Stacks supersedes his rapping ability. It supersedes what he really is. And I'm not taking away from everybody, but what everybody loves about Dre is one thing I noticed though. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, what's the Andre junk you did? They don't say Southern Player Listed. They don't say Spotty. Any of the stuff that happened on any of the on Outkast junk. That's how I know a difference from you. What's your favorite Andre junk? And you say International Players Ball, I automatically just write you off Me
Because
personally,
I think that's a very mainstream answer.
exactly.
International players
It's a very mainstream. I'm not saying it is. It's a very memorable. No, please don't do it. Reconsider. It's memorable as hell. Of course it is. But when that's your first response when it comes to Andre, I automatically write you off. It's like, no, you're just saying that because you think I like Andre, therefore I look learned and smart. It's like having a encyclopedia behind you in the background when you're talking about physics or some shit. Yeah, it makes you look more learned. That's all it is.
It's similar to if you want to do comparison, bringing it back to the movie. That's how people get with John Singleton with his movies. I love Rosewood. It was. I'm like,
you see the way he. Stop. John Singleton to me was a B+ director. He was actually very good at his work.
say A- personally.
I can say A-. Like, let's put it this way, because Boys in the Hood, and as much as we dog it out, Baby Boy, really good shit from John Singleton as a director, yeah. And I think we his name gets trampled over more than it should. But I think the people that try to praise him, they overpraise him.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like he did. So when he died, I think he pretty much was like 100% on Snowfall. That was like the first couple of seasons of Snowfall that he did before he died. You see why, like, at least for me, I see why people really hype him, because like, he did like a very engrossing story to get you hooked into what it really was, which was like, oh shit, this is like the opening salvo for the fucking crack era. Holy fuck. And it just, you get absorbed immediately in. So I get it.
There are certain things that I can understand with John Singleton, why people like him. And again, when you're young and you're a teenager and your first favorite does something, you overrate it a lot. And I think a lot of people saw Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, and they think the Hughes brothers are geniuses, and they think John Singleton's a genius just because of that one movie. We see people doing that now with Ryan Coogler with Sinners. That ain't the one you need to do it with. That's Fruitvale Station you need to do that with. But you see what I'm saying, though. You see that's the first thing you go to. You go to the most contemporary, the most mainstream thing. And that's fine. But when niggas want to talk about hip hop, and that's the first thing you go to when it comes to Mr. Dre, it's like, what? Like, one of my favorite verses from Andre was actually God, not Southern Playlist. Godly, fucking on that joint. Damn, James. Jesus, what the name of that song is? I forgot the name of that damn song right now. Whatever. But there are so many different things you can pick, but if you pick that, it kind of makes me look funny. But anyway, got hooked up on that way too long. We're supposed to go because Tevin made a good point. Dre is overrated. Andre 3 Stacks is overrated, but Mos Def as an actor is actually good. Mos Def is a really good actor.
Mos Def was really good. Like when he did, remember when he did that HBO movie, right? And that's what really was like, oh shit, this motherfucker can act. But like the range in which he does it, he can do drama, and then he can turn around and do like, say, comedy, but it's like that kind of like solo comedy, like when you look at Italian Job with, hey, funny enough, Markie Mark in that movie. Like Mos Def is like, Mos Def is actually doing sort of comedy, and it's like, oh, this is actually pretty fucking funny. Like, all right, cool. So
he was fascinating at 16 blocks. Can we stop avoiding the hammer of John here? All right.
Let's go. Hey, Eris, don't worry. We're moving quicker than you realize, because there's not much plot in this.
Dude, guys, why is
I just listen before you guys go into it, because I know you guys are gonna go off. I just wanted to just preface by saying, hey, you know what? It has been quite some time since I have seen this 2004 Netflix movie, because hear me out, all right? Let me just get this off. Looking at the movie, it's shot very well, but oh my god, if Netflix blew up in 1999, this would have been straight on Netflix.
This is
John
$30 million
John Singleton would have had no problem directing and doing what he did for the movie. But oh my god, getting past the visuals, narratively, and pacing, it has the pacing of a Netflix movie.
Can I be real?
It has the stink of a Netflix movie.
Can I be
you
real?
Ain't lying.
I think. See, here's the thing.
This is a Netflix movie done in 2004.
No, here's the thing. If this movie came out now, one thing that would have been different is I will give the movie this: the visuals and stuff. It still has a very dirty look to it. And what I'm noticing with a lot of the newer Netflix and Amazon Prime movies is that even when they show dirty, it looks very sanitized dirty.
Yeah,
visually.
This looks like a very sanitized version in 2000, though, Chris.
Like the
No,
movie
but
had
like
no-
the
the movie had no the movie had no film grain to it.
yeah, and this has some film grain that kind of like, all right, cool. Like it has that kind of vibe to it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, $30 million movie at the time. I mean,
But the movie itself to me does look like all right. The one thing that's very obvious with this movie is that, especially when you watch it now, and this goes for all the people who watched it back in the day like that. Wait a minute.
That was like no, Sean,
do that to me.
Sean, no, that was Q-Tip. Which, by the way, that was a very BET movie.
Yes, that's why. Yes, it was. Yes.
That was
what movie was it? What movie was that?
I can't even remember the name of the movie.
I don't remember that shit.
I just remember Q-Tip was in it. He fought Fat Joe on a train, and he literally Def Jam Fight for New York finishing moved him off of a track.
You know what
Did the fucking Mufasa? He did the fucking Simba yeet.
Yeah, he did.
Do you know the best Fat Joe death ever? Remember he had the shotgun out the chair and got killed.
The shot. Yeah, dude literally yanked a lever and it catapulted. I'm telling you. And he catapulted a shotgun over the couch for him to catch it. The movie was called Empire, sir.
Empire. Thank you.
Very sad. Very sad ending. Spoilers. My man fucking got popped in the head before you can see the birth of his kid.
Spoiler y'all that wanted to go back and watch that obscure movie.
Yeah. Spoiler for anyone who was looking for an obscure movie from 2002.
Boy,
that was a very 2002 movie, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. That was another 2002 Netflix movie.
The one nigga that's gonna be surfing Tubi 3:00 in the morning, motherfucking Chris.
We're gonna. Hold up though. This is John Singleton related. You want to know the most directed DVD ass movie that I actually low key still like? Fucking Illegal Tender. John Singleton produced that movie. That is a very 2005 movie, just like this.
Illegal Tender was done on a newsroom camera. Oh man, that whole thing was done in 180p. Like yo, Joe went though, man. Joe was pretty good though.
Yeah, but that was a very direct DVD-esque movie, and it had the same visual grain as Four Brothers. That's where it was. I think I get what you're saying, D. It was a style. You're right. It was a stylized, sort of like grainy, grunge.
And a lot of, but then it goes back to what Eric said. This movie reeks of. Let's get this done in 2 months and put this bitch on Netflix. This looked like it reeked of. It had just enough stars where it's like, oh, what's the faces in it? What's the faces in it? And what's the faces in it? All y'all got overpaid to only have 5 lines, did you? Yep. Okay. Netflix. Eris is right. This is a Netflix.
Why is Bob?
I got nothing more to say. It is a Netflix movie in 2004.
Guys, why is Bobby Mercer Batman? That's some bullshit, ain't it? This man, okay. I have never seen
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg is exposition. Bobby Mercer is an exposition machine, and somehow just all of a sudden detective mode his ass into it's like Batman with a gun with a Boston accent.
Who knew that being a hothead in Detroit just gave you plus 50 on detective skills?
Dog, I like how this nigga
He's there in Boston, sir. That's why happens.
First off, he's like, well, he stays in trouble a lot, and he played hockey. He's a bit of a hothead. And the first thing you said, hey, What's going on, officer? When he said officer, here's me. He's from the Boston side of Detroit. Hey, wait. Hold on. Here come Angel. Say, man, what's going on, man? I heard about Miles, man.
So
He's from the Watts side. Hold up. Shout out to my niggas in Michigan and niggas in the Midwest. There's a lot of niggas that have that yang in their voice. Like the hard ors. That it matters on like where in the Midwest you do it, but some of them niggas do that. But I'm just throwing it out there. I think that's more of a Kansas City thing. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Andre, like you said, from the Atlanta side.
Boy, he felt like, man, what he said, man, I swear full Lord. What he said, I swear full Lord. Like, nigga, that is Georgia. That is not Michigan. Yes, there's country in Michigan. But not that type of country.
You know that my favorite thing about them, letting it be known that, hey, we know our accents are slipping. It's when all the characters would ever say, hey, this is Detroit. Remember, this is Detroit.
Garrett Hedlund with that early 2000s white man hairstyle. I'm crazy, but not really crazy.
And I was thinking to myself, hey, D, it's white people.
My background.
I was like, D, it was white people that wrote this movie.
Don't mind me.
No,
sorry. I was just gonna say, don't mind me. My background is checkered. Clearly, you don't know. You're never gonna know. Who knows? I'm gonna get shot. Who knows? I'm gonna get shot an hour and 20 minutes into this movie.
Guys. Also, can we
hold on? Hold on. He said Slade Wilson. Nah, nigga. You mean Chad Wilson?
Guys, why is it that? Also, on top of Mark Wahlberg being very racist, he gets very homophobic towards his brother that he's supposed to love. Like, hey, the faggot over here, you put a dick in your mouth. I'm like, yo,
Chris is called Chris said is a very Boston and American thing called breaking balls.
That's John Singleton in the script rule.
Yes, John Singleton with the no risk, no reward
over there. Yeah, we all know.
There you go. That's the one you needed.
I'm like, bro, he was like, I get women. Nah, you don't get women. You get fucked in the butt.
You don't get women. I know what you get. You get fucking cack.
I love how he was really trying to say, nah, man, I like women. I really like women. Not a soul was convinced at that table.
Son, I got to be real with you. You swallow penis, and we all know. And that's okay.
I mean,
hold on.
Not even the chairs were convinced.
I want people to understand there's a dark moment in this movie where they're all eating like dinner, and she's like, I know you've went through some tough times. I'm like, did he get molested as a kid?
It's like, listen.
Oh God, he got molested as a kid.
No. She just simply said, I know that bad things have happened to you, but you're here now. You're with family. We love you. It's the open palm.
Who touched you, son? I love you.
That's what it is. It's like she presented both palms in a I'm opening my heart.
The big boss CQC. Let it go.
Hey guys, can we talk about the mom a little bit?
Yes, we can.
Real quick. Look, you gotta understand. See, the mama was the queen of the neighborhood. Everybody loved the ball. First off, right? And
I'm sorry. Is that chicken? This man got chicken, fries, a drink, and Pistol Pete hot sauce. Like Texas Pete hot sauce.
Why the African colors on the
Why? God, y'all be doing too much.
First off, you gotta understand. She was at Woodstock, so she's already a hippie. Second of all, two of her adopted sons are Negroes. All right? And she stayed in the rough black neighborhood of Detroit. I think she has earned her colors.
Where you can sit outside on the porch and just knit away, huh?
Well, those black and brown kids.
Cold
Fine.
Those black and brown kids.
I accept your terms.
Watching the black and brown kids play ice hockey with no skates, because that's what you do.
That's called street hockey, sir.
Street hockey, but they didn't have no skates. So,
So I got a question.
Well, hood hockey there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Everybody in the hood knew who Miss Mercer was and all the rest of that.
NHL Street. It's NHL Street.
EA Sports. Big.
This was around that time.
Definitely around that time.
All right.
We gotta bring the sport to the streets, man.
R.I.P. NFL NBA Street Volume 2. The GOAT.
Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, no.
Which is better? Ayers would know that. Which is better, Ballers or Street?
Oh shit,
Street.
I don't know, man. Ballers.
And Ayers played both.
I played both.
Both of the motherfuckers.
I played both. And trust me, the fast-paced nature of Street runs circles around Ballers. Ballers,
and one though.
No, Chris, no, stop it. Ballers was half court only.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. That was
Marbury.
The other game, the street ball game was like that too. The street ball game, the and one game was like that too.
NBA Streets, I believe it was.
No, NBA Streets was like full street courts.
No, I'm talking about the and one joke.
and one was full court actually.
I remember that being
and one was half court. The very early.
You know what? I'm getting streets in and one.
Yeah, sorry, The and one game was straight up half court.
But see, we're deviating. We're deviating from this.
It was yuck. But anyways, no, the mom.
Speaking of, the guy with the afro, fibbed on what truly happened, and Markie Mark gets racist towards him and says nigga possibly. I don't know.
No, he did. Chris, see, stop it. Don't do that. Don't let the white man scoot on by on it.
I mean, Markie Mark has seen Cornbread Earl and me when he was like, "Oh shit, they didn't kill Cornbread. He didn't do anything."
That was hilarious. I loved every second of him doing that.
Unhinged Markie Mark is the best Markie
because
Mark.
I am willing to bet dollars to donuts that when he said that, I said, "Why do I got a feeling he said that in one take?"
Also, you know what was racist is him with that basketball. I got the rock now. That was entertaining. No, racist, but very entertaining.
Stereotypical, but entertaining.
I liked how Mark Wahlberg.
I can't even call it racist. Dude was just acting black.
You know what I noticed? You notice how anytime he
was a product of his Boston environment.
I just realized something there. You ever notice when a hard-nosed white dude try I'm here to get answers and kick ass. You notice they're not acting like a gangster. They act like a cop. Well, and Mark Wahlberg act like a cop the entire movie.
That was his idea. When they first decided to roust up that the hood spot, with the youngest thug running the whole.
That dude has the civil rights. Why does my man supposed to be like 20 years old, but he got the civil rights face of a 50-year-old?
I don't want to.
Dude was mad.
I don't want to do this movie no more.
No, he was mad young looking. You would think someone of this caliber who literally has what look like the last stage from San Andreas, crack house. Because think about it. They went through 3 floors just to get to this guy.
I hate this movie so fucking much.
And they ran through literally just saying, police is here, we the police, put your gun, like basically everybody either get out or put your guns down. I'm like, dude, do you even know what command you want to go with? You just picking the most random. No, hold on, Chris. You picking the most random commands. And the fact that Tyrese, you got the nerve to say we taking urine sample.
No.
Here's my thing. Wait. Better yet. The whole hood, every thug in the neighborhood knows that the Mercer brothers have been shaking down everyone, and yet here's your boy Ejiofor. Who? What? How do you not know?
I gotta
Again.
admit,
Again,
there-
Netflix. I swear to you, Netflix went back to 2004 and made
This
this
is
movie.
a Netflix movie, nigga.
I want people to understand how much I was dying laughing. Again, the most whitest shit ever. His go-to move was pour gasoline on you. I'm gonna light your ass on fire.
Hey, listen. I don't know if you ever accidentally spilled gasoline on yourself.
I'm just saying, that's like the most, like, you went to 1,000. You didn't even go to like 10. You went to 1,000. Said, fuck
I like how homie didn't drive off. I'm like how homie didn't even drive off. Like he should have.
Listen, when you know for a fact that you had a white dude that sounds the most Boston of Boston in the middle of cold below 30 below Detroit, pouring gasoline on the fact that he had gasoline on command. Okay, that is
pushes America.
That I would like to say that is the real life equivalent of Batman shattering your collarbone.
I still think you could just Eris. I still think turning on the car, driving off would have negated all of this shit.
No, it wouldn't. You talking about him? Hold on. You talking about him trying to set the congressman on fire with the car?
Yeah. He ain't gonna do nothing. Look, he would have drove off, and he would have looked at his brother. He would have drove off. Mark would have looked at his brother. Come on, quit being a gay wad. You should. Why should you light him up? Why still getting the fucking cat?
Nope, you're wrong. You are totally wrong because first of all, the fact that Mark and his brother approached him in the calmest manner possible already told me that they had already lit that car up with enough gasoline to reenact Back to the Future while having flame trails chase the car. So stop it.
Is this?
I need you to stop.
If he said no? No,
if he
said, you got to think of the.
And if he said
stop, Eris, stop.
No, hold on.
Eris. No.
I'm gonna answer it.
I just realized something. I got you. I just realized something. I fucking hate this movie. I don't care.
Yeah, you do. We already established that you hate the movie, D. Trust me. No, and if he said no, to answer your question, if he had said no, guess what? He would have did the same thing that he did to the lawyer. All right, look, man, listen. We covered your car in gasoline. You got insurance. You got something. You got somebody you can call. I'm just saying, you don't want to hit that cigarette lighter. That's all I gotta say,
bro. Mark, dude, he was
walking around like cops.
He was at least nice, and he apologized to the lawyer when they roughed him.
Hold on, Eris, hold on, Sue. My bad, Sue, hold on. You want to know why? He was white.
No, I don't think that would have made a difference. For Mark Wahlberg, yes, but for his character, I don't think that would have made a difference.
I thought it was the same. Now you differentiated. He's apparently. I felt Bobby Mercer was Mark Wahlberg in real life, personally.
I know you did, D. But remember, and Chris, I know you did, man. But look, you have an affinity for Mark Wahlberg, all right?
Come on, D. He didn't say nigger that hard. That's how you talk about him.
The R was
when he said the N-word, there were all white people in the room. So what black person really got hurt by that, D?
No. When he said it, he used a lowercase r.
Hey, Chris.
Lowercase r is diabolical, and we know it
because of your love of Mark Wahlberg. Because you chose Markie Mark and a Funky Bunch. Because you thought Donnie Wahlberg wasn't that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Tevin, you win. That was also my favorite line in the whole movie.
Was sit your corn muffin head ass down.
This whole movie, that might be the best line in the movie.
First of all, how you gonna throw in a West Coast sound and insult like that? I don't care what anybody said. That sound like that came straight out of
it's what D said. Tyrese stares and watch the whole goddamn movie. Like, what are we doing here?
I gotta be real with you though.
He did have that. He did have that sweet piece of Sophia on his.
Hey! You know my line I like. You know the line I like. Bobby, take care of my brother when you up. Don't worry, we're gonna take care of him.
You don't mean that shit. You just running your mouth.
Yvette.
I was like, Taraji B. Henson was in this movie to look motherly, to say 2 lines of dialogue and F off.
Well, sir, no. Taraji was being concerned suburban black woman with kids.
Concerned suburban black woman. She spent 3 days on set. No more than that.
I would say, and the reason for that, D, is because this movie had 2 people that were in the middle of filming another movie with 3 6 Mafia called Hustle and Flow. That was Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Because both of these movies came out in the same year.
Why was Taraji serving I really am from Oxon Hill, Maryland, suburban black woman?
Because she knew that she only had 3 scenes in the movie.
It just felt like method acting, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But when you only got 3 scenes, have fun with it.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Another one for y'all. Yeah, they 4 brothers.
There it is.
Yep.
Man, we the Mercer brothers. Us 4, we stick together.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
Spicy hot Latina Sofia Vergara.
By the way, hold on, Chris.
I wanted all of that.
Yes, I did.
Chris.
All of that.
Yes.
Sophia,
2005 Sofia Vergara.
Let me tell you something. Sophia, I like how Sophia. No, I hate this. I hate the one thing. The one thing I do not like about Sophia is that she's going to say yes to every check, and all of these white men are going to make her talk like she's stupid or she's hostile as all fuck. That's why that show she's on right now on what's the face, that show where she plays the gangster, Chris?
Griselda.
Yeah. That's why it's so good, because like Sophia can act. I know
she can
very
act.
Good. She's actually a very good actress. You're so used to what I like to call Rosie Perez yelling from her. That's what you think she is.
I cannot confirm or deny that her angerness in this movie was. I was feeling it.
Here's the fun part about Sofia Vergara.
Hey, listen,
this is for me. You want to know something cool?
Overreacts in Puerto Rican.
Sophia? No. She's all the way Colombian, man. Look at that.
Colombian.
But no, the best thing about her is this. Sophia, when she was like 19 to like 26, it rivals her looking thick now. Where it's like, woo, which was better? Rookie season or vet? That's how it is for her. It's like the middle is but it ain't the first edition, and it ain't what we're seeing right now.
It's like chasing Poppy Sofia Vergara, and then now it's like,
No. I'm talking when she was still in Colombia, yeah.
You're talking before she
hosting music videos in Colombia. If you look at any of that stuff,
okay.
It's like, oh my God. She was a little bit darker too. She was fine. Like, yo. and then you see her now. It's like, and then you ate the blood of the young and got even better. Sophia is one of my favorite people. She is. I wanted to shoot her in the head in this movie. I couldn't stand her in this movie.
Well, Tyrese being the crazy black man that he is, they pair very well in this movie.
That being said,
no, did y'all also like how they did that very
baby boy, Singleton,
the John Singleton baby boy cutaway of, I'm telling y'all, man, I ain't going over there to get her. Very next scene, the fact that you heard Lil Jon, you just see
look, this is what
John in full underwear trying to get back to the house. Dude shooting at them, which by the way, we never see that dude again.
Oh,
yeah, Eris.
Yeah, the Messer brothers.
Eris. When that happened, when you heard, John Singleton in the private session with the producers watching it. You see, this is the part where everybody's going to be laughing in the movie theater, and it's going to be really funny.
Trust me, you're going to love it.
Also, this movie,
because I did it like 6 times in Baby Boy, all of them classic.
Also, 2005, I was in California, and this movie aged itself so much that Little John, this was peak era Little John.
Before he got his second win with Turn Down for What?
This was.
I got it. Look, dog. You know what I got bad of? Every time I heard, like, I'm like, okay, Marvin Gaye again. The Temptation. Oh, I get it. Motown. Ha 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 ha. Half these niggas not even on When I heard smiling faces, like, that's not Motown. If you was going to go with the motif of Motown, you just fucked it up. That what they weren't under Motown.
I mean, what were you expecting? I mean, Jesus, I was gonna say, what were you expecting? The Jacksons Never Can Say Goodbye when the brother died.
Eris. Do you want to know true story? True story. When that happened, here's me. I'm driving while I'm playing the movie, right? When that happened, here's me. I actually did go. Never can say. I didn't say that. I was like, and then when it went to the next scene, you motherfuckers, you didn't play no music. How dare you?
Let me tell y'all something. We got to see three. We got to see three people. We got to see three people get full Control Alt deleted in this movie. The mom, the brother, and Terrence Howard.
Let me tell you something.
Howard. I knew Terrence Howard was dead. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna know.
He's my problem, man. Let me deal with him.
Let me tell you something. You want to know why he's the worst cop? Well, yeah. So you're gonna go to basically call out your buddy. You didn't think to wear a bulletproof vest, just in case he tries something on you or some shit.
You know because what? I didn't think about that. He didn't have a vest on.
No. He really wanted to be proven wrong. But your first sign, your very first clue, Mr. Howard, was the fact that you asked the question, what police report?
Thank you.
When you asked that question, you knew for a fact that you got a dirty cop on your hands, and you know that it was definitely your partner. You go to the pool hall to approach your partner. Your partner is looking at you like this. This is
that is Josh Charles, who also played a villain in SWAT around the same time.
Josh Charles' career was so short during that time.
When my man said,
he's still working.
When he said you're one of the Mercer brothers, brother, when he put up the fist, I said, oh God, Koofy, put the Koofy on.
Look, Eris, I gotta be real. I was like, yeah, Chucky's gonna be a bro type fist.
Yes.
Brother.
Hey, Super Smash. We're three black men. Do you think any of us knew that this motherfucker sang? Chris, did you? Because I didn't know that nigga sang.
This sounds like this. Okay.
He's like country. I didn't know he was like was he country artist, rock artist? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay. I want to say early 2000s did this shit where Garrett Hudlin and there were some other white actors that were actually people that played in actual bands that I didn't know. So it's like when you see the fact that they actually are a musician later on, you're like, where the hell did this talent come from?
Don't say that too hard because your boy Renner.
Well, I mean, you asked where did this talent come from, CJ? Quite easily from the same location where you decide to chase a dude that badmouths your mom because he hit you in the face with a snowball. When you decide to run out after him, like, dude, you are in the middle of hood Detroit.
Got a white t-shirt on too, so you know he did.
White t-shirt, which is this movie's equivalent of the red shirt from Star Trek. You are dead,
sir. It turned red after he got shot, so technically he was living again.
Well,
Shut up, Chris. Stop trying to do what John Singleton said. Now you see it turn red. That represents the
I'm being clever.
I'm sorry. Look, John, all right. The gunfight And the chase scene I did like.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
It's chaotic as shit.
I like
yes.
I like that the gun scene, the gunfire scene. I thought it was good. I thought it was bullshit that Sophia was still alive that whole time. She should have died. I'm not even like there was just it was just objectively.
She just catch a bullet to the head like. Pff.
There was way too much glass and bullet flying in that. Somebody had to go in that junk.
Why
Nobody
you get nicked in the leg or something? Like,
this is what happens when you try to shoot up a house with military grade weapons, and you're oh god, you got on those ski masks, the hood,
the Kane and Lynch.
Not even Kane and Lynch. Kane and Lynch he at least gave you decent aiming.
Or the Army of Two.
Army of Two. Yeah, that'd be about it.
I actually played Army of Two. That was a very weird era of gaming, wasn't it?
It was.
Like that, just two Kane and Lynch, Army of Two. And then didn't they make like a second one that was about like the Mexican drug cartel or some bullshit?
No, Kane and Lynch, I think. No, the second one was Army of Two, I think.
You sure?
Or you know what, Chris? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Kane and Lynch was like two games that showed up and left.
I always felt GTA 5 was like the unofficial Kane and Lynch sequel with fucking Trevor and all that shit.
I agree.
No. First off, wasn't Kane and Lynch? Wasn't that EA?
Yeah.
And second of all, if I'm mistaken, actually, yeah, the Kane and Lynch that the dude got the death threats over. That was the one that was in the Mexican cartel one. The first one was
okay. I was right. So Army of Two, and it was Army of Two, Viva, wherever they wanted. Oh, the Army of Two 40th Day.
Ah, okay,
yeah.
And
Devil's Cartel. So yeah, all in the same era of this.
But my point,
movie.
but where I was going with this is that you decide to chase some dude that badmouthed your mom and flipped you off while walking away. I'm like, dude, this is a setup. The moment he turned around and he saw the Jason mask, it was a wrap.
My man's came at Escalades and started shooting up the club, and I'm like, dear God. Like,
they came in with the Need for Speed Underground 2 Escalade.
I hate to tell you this. It'll just be me and Eris reenacting Two for the Money. We'll just make it a lot more funnier.
Well, at least it'd be better. At least it'd be better than State of Emergency.
Wow, I barely remember that.
I remember State of Emergency, and I remember when all the Twitch streamers got a hold of the newest one that came out, and you kind of heard nothing about that game after that.
That was Rockstar's shiny turd, wasn't it?
I mean, the shiniest of turds.
People hyped that with State of Emergency Rockstar, and it was the most basic ass fucking damn game I have ever played that I beat in like 45 minutes.
Like State of Emergency was that type of game that should have just stayed on the PS2 and never evolved.
It shouldn't even got that far. It was one of those games that if it came out during the PC days in the 90s, it would have been the coolest thing ever. But when it came out on the PS2, it was butt, man. This fact that it got a sequel was sad, man.
That was the came and went sequel. It was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't even care enough about the plot to really care about that shit, too.
Speaking of not caring about the plots, hey, movie, all this banter you're doing,
man, you corny.
Folks, I want people to understand something.
This movie thought people was laughing at it so hard. I was like, no. Like, okay.
Well, I did go to the theater to see this, and I will admit there were some moments. There were some moments that folks did laugh at it.
In the 2000s, I can see some of this shit slaying, but it didn't age. It didn't age well at all. All that, like, you know, the part where Markie Mark was on the toilet, he's like, "Come on, man, show me, man." You're like, "Come on, man, I seen it before, man." They're like, "Stop. Movie, yeah, in the 2000s, yeah, hilarious. Stop."
The fact that Tyrese was like, "Hey, look, man, can you check something out for me?" As soon as I heard the zip, he said, "Look, we did a whole me and the lady, you know, we did a whole lot of making up last night. Yeah, I bet." And like, you wonder if he caught something, huh? Why is it that he got He got his other brother. My man slid the shower curtain back, took one look, and said, "Rug burn."
Harris,
You don't take your ass to the fucking clinic. What the fuck are you talking about here?
I gotta be real.
He was able to tell from just one look. Yep,
That's the
what
most
it is.
whitest shit ever, man. God
Hey,
damn,
real
man.
talk, y'all. When the movie did that, I looked back at the movie.
I'm like, what do you say? Fuck me?
I was like, did I do something to you, movie? Tell me, did I make fun of your mama? Like, what did I do?
Also, why is as
I
D
hate this movie.
as D calls him Chewy? Chewy, look, I love Chiwetel Ejiofor, great actor, love him, top to bottom.
Edgy.
He is playing the most Chicago ass motherfucker in Detroit, Michigan that I have ever seen.
No, he's not. Don't do that.
Not really.
He
No.
is. I'm Detroit by way of London ass nigga. Like, no, It sounded like any moment he was gonna go, what type of jive low down is this?
I am from the streets.
I am from the 8 Mile, sir. That's what it sounded like. Chewie didn't need to be in this movie.
But I love him as an actor because you know what movie got me on my radar?
I thought he was going to be better as a villain, but he didn't deliver at all. I was
if you want him as the best villain, Serenity. Serenity, where he was playing like the ninja assassin and shit. Yo, evil character, top, easily. I don't know if you guys watched that movie or not. Okay, you didn't see it. Yeah,
no, I did. No, actually, I didn't.
Yeah, I give him that. But like Victor Sweet in this movie, basically, okay, this is where me and D were basically on the same page of how unnecessarily convoluted it is. They do all this super duper serious assassination plot because an old lady talked to a cop, which, by the way, Victor Sweet owns the cops, but because she was poking in his business, oh shit, we gotta kill her. And I'm like, you could have just used your corrupt cop to just bury the paperwork.
Wrong lady.
No, they could burying Chris, because you know that burying the paperwork, it only goes but so far.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
she literally would have came back the next day, filed another complaint, and would have just kept it going.
Yeah, but it's not like they were going to investigate Victor Sweet anyways. It'd be like, yeah, whatever. Burn it.
Who's to say that? And here's the thing: who's to say that he owns all the cops? I was of the mind that he just had a handful of cops on payroll.
Well, they beat the shit out of the cops at the out of Markie Mark and them, and there.
Sure, they did. That they were trying to figure out what was what, and then of course, when you ain't got nothing, you got to let them go.
Because the Mercer brothers probably did kill their breadwinner, Victor Sweet, but apparently Victor Sweet was not paying his people.
He wasn't. And again, let's think about that, Chris. Who's going to flip on him?
Yeah, that's true.
Who's really going to flip on him?
I mean,
when you being the boss, being literally Dollar General D-Mob of
dog. Dog
of this movie.
That's a good one, Eris. You did good on that one, man. Here, take a lollipop, man. I got a couple of dumb.
Dollar General D-Mob. God damn.
I mean, he gonna show up with the fur coat and everything, and I'm really trying to buy it. I'm trying.
I said out of town shooters.
You introduce yourself in the scene by just simply saying out of town shooters, which he had a very valid point. If you wanted to get somebody offed, you hire out of towners. And the fact
you don't pay a hoe to just stick around. You pay a hoe to leave.
You don't pay to smash. You pay her to leave. And I'm like, I knew it. The moment he decided to throw in the prostitute analogy, I'm like, somebody's about to get hurt in this scene.
Also, his underlings are the most ballest people ever. Because Victor literally tells this dude, "Hey, your wife is fucking hot as hell. Let me go ahead and
The man said, let me sample that. You got a shit."
I'm like, in any other world, you would have got throat punched. You would have got throat punched.
Sir,
Yes,
the fact that the sheer fact that this man said he said you gotta share, I immediately thought.
Here's the thing. He looked at that white man dead in his eye.
I was like, no, he did not just say you gotta share.
Eris, he looked that white man dead in his eye. Yeah, you know you ain't doing.
I love the shade because he's clearly of Hispanic background, but you said white. I see what you did there.
What you talking about? That nigga look all the way paisan to me. I don't know about that.
Puerto Rican paisan, maybe. I don't know.
He looked like he did this to me. That's all I can say. I know when I did this, I said spaghetti to a lot of you.
Sir, you know, Mamma Mia.
So, all right, look. You know what I didn't like?
The racism of Markie Mark being Chewy.
Yeah, him beating Chewy in a fist fight and them dumping him into the
Lake
lake.
Michigan.
Here's the thing. While I'm not against the villain getting what he deserves, I gotta be real with you. Did he deserve this type of death? Like, you know,
maybe.
Like,
He killed an old lady. He killed an old white woman. If it was an old black woman, I don't think the black woman would have got this much of like a revenge tour compared to the white woman.
It depends on who the sons were.
Shut up, Harris. Shut the fuck up.
Reverse Four Brothers, where it's a black woman, elderly woman in Detroit that adopts four brothers, and we get the black equivalent of Markie Mark.
Instead of it, look, hey. Instead of it playing "Come and Take a Walk" for me, it's playing the instrumental to Kim.
I'm just calling it how I see it. It really would have depended on who the sons were.
That's what you gotta go inverse and stuff. You know, who's our black Markie Mark?
Who's the black Markie Mark?
Yeah,
I don't want to think that.
Some brother that keeps getting roles where he shouldn't be getting roles.
King Batch, boom, gotcha, right there.
No. King Batch doesn't star in nothing. Stop that.
Yeah, gross.
But he still gets roles that we're like, what
Eric and Chris, shut up. We call him. He's more Clint Howard than he is anything else. So come on now, bro.
Sir, you shut your nigga lips up. Howard is
you shut your nigga lips up. Leon, how is Leon the Markie Mark of black people?
Leon said nobody came to see you, Otis, and that solidified his stance. All right, that solidified it. That line delivery.
No. Eris's favorite line in all of Wait to Exhale. So what you want me to do?
I feel that's an Eris answer.
Leon looked her dead in the eye. So what you want me to do about it?
I feel that's an Eris line if he was ever in that scenario.
Oh man, Eris, hey, watch out. Watch out. If Eris was just this click to the left, and he would be if he's just that much to the left, he'd be currently cheating on every girl right now in Prince George's County. I'm about to go to Japan. I don't know what you're gonna do about that. I know Eris is going to be a black
suitcase in hand and everything.
I know Eris too. Eris is going to look. You know how Eris always. We know what Eris don't like. There's going to be one black girl that he Kevin Samuels. She everything you hate, but he keeps her around. There's gonna be two Spanish girls, one that can speak English, but she shouldn't probably be in this country, and the other one clearly is over there in Virginia. God. Eris is going. Look, Eris. I already know the 4 girls. Yes, Eris, 4 that you will leave with babies as you fly off to Tokyo. I already know the types, what you will say to them, and all that.
You know, the sad thing is that
Oh
actually,
man, I wish you were a little bit evil. No, you're not.
The sad thing is that I actually know somebody that did that on a regular.
Oh God.
You mean somebody that we know?
No, y'all don't know him.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
I
like,
thought we
damn.
were talking about the same person for a second. I was like,
No,
oh yes,
no.
I know.
No, no, y'all
All
don't
right,
know.
George Takei.
Oh God.
I'm just saying, like,
funny.
you know, I kind of felt a layer of racism in that Victor Sweet and and
There's a
Mercer
layer
fight.
of racism.
What you think?
Marky
You think
Mark
the Victor
does.
Sweden? You think the Victor Sweden Mark fight was racially motivated?
Very, very racially charged fight.
I think anytime Marky Mark beats a black person, it's racially motivated. Whether it be checkers or fist fighting, I think it's racially motivated.
Here's where it bothered me. The fact that Marky Mark really thought you were walking down to with your entrance music and everything. You are literally coming down the lake, the frozen lake.
Eris, when he walked down there on the frozen lake, I was like this the whole fuck you movie. No. He ain't walking in this joint like
you
he's
you should have put a Kofi on that part because I was like, you know
I
what, that is kind of
I didn't want to do it.
Mark Wahlberg,
this was my problem. This is just my problem. Mark, where were you hiding?
Dude,
where?
He's white. He's white.
No. Stop.
That was a leather coat.
Where were you?
Blending in, I guess, in the oceans of fog. I guess I don't fucking know.
I just want to know, where did you go? No, Betty. No, did you set a timer and say, all right, we got the cop.
Okay,
now at this point, I'm gonna make this 1.5 mile long walk on the frozen lake.
Chris, this is where me and Eris win when we say that this movie is stupid. Because that right there just opened the door to all of the insane in this movie. This movie is already borderline on this would never happen in real life, but that part just solidified it. In all of that open space on Lake Michigan was he hiding at? And like Eric said, the 1.5 mile walk.
That frozen tundra. What a badass moment.
Hey, I got a question, Bobby. What if you got over there too late and they already shot your brother?
That right
maybe.
There.
No, it'd be like maybe now.
See, but here's
maybe
the thing.
Later. Maybe fuck yourself.
Here's the thing. You would think that they would have they probably would have shot him and all that stuff, but this is where I'm gonna stop you because Andre knew right away. Hey, look, I'm about to take this $400,000. I'm gonna give it to these disgruntled workers. And we just gonna play it up and act like this is about to be business as usual, and I'm about to get dumped in the lake. But y'all gonna get the money, and we gonna flip on them because it's just one of him and all of us. Yeah, because the thing that saved Andre in this movie was knowing that one of the dudes that had to get the straight out of Compton food humiliation treatment. He was in the union with him.
Well, because he said, yeah, one thing I know is I was in the union.
And as you see, Chris, they're in Detroit, because of unions and stuff. We're not going to talk about how unions got busted all the time through the 2000s, especially in Detroit. When Detroit was trying to rebuild the automotive industry over in Detroit, they busted so many unions out there to what they mean nothing. So this whole little thing about, we were in the union together, so we're still union brotherhood and all the rest of that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It felt like somebody who wasn't from Detroit wrote this. And which, I was right about that. And you're probably saying, well, why Detroit, D? Why Detroit? You know why? Because Eminem's from Detroit. And we 2 white guys that wrote this movie. Eminem, Kid Rock, that's a tough white city to us.
8 Mile, yeah.
Rappers.
Well, I don't know. This will be the same year as when Kid Rock put out Cocky and Yuck.
Kid Rock put out anything is a yuck, but y'all niggas defend my name is Kid Rock and Bone to the Bang the Bang.
Devil Without a Cause was decent. So
very 2000s.
Decent, my balls.
It came out in 98, but whatever. Fight me. Meet me on the hill. I don't care.
Fight you over a Kid Rock thing. Kurt Eris, that's the saddest fight you and I will ever have. That is like you and Eris. That is like you and me. It wouldn't even be a full. It wouldn't even be a full. It wouldn't even be an actual. It wouldn't even be a first fight, D. So let's not even kid ourselves. It'd be a first to five and Street Fighter. No, Eris, I'm not fighting you over Kid Rock. That is like us fighting over a warm Milwaukee's Best. I am not doing this with you. I am not fighting over that piece of shit. The white man is taking so much away from us.
Well,
are we done with this movie?
I don't know.
Are we done?
We are officially over an hour.
Only an hour? God damn. Like, we really did it.
We did it.
I mean, if I even think, I think we did just cover. We did cover almost everything because the movie itself is really an hour and 40 something minutes.
This movie, and that's actually probably
it's such a quick watch.
Okay. It is a quick watch, but I still think that's objectively too much time that we take it out of our lives.
Because there's so many in between. You know what it is? It's so many in between shit that happens because it's like they kill the guys that did the assassination, and then it's like you forget later on.
Fun car chase, by the way.
But it's like later on when they bust the
it's so cold in the
deep. Down in the day. Better up for these straights.
But I actually did enjoy that car chase though.
No, but it's like you forget later on.
The car chase was pretty good, yes.
But it's like that plot point after they kill him, be like, oh, that's over. And then like 20 minutes later in the movie, they're kicking down the apartment door, and it's for the same people that they killed. And it's like, why do we have this unnecessary scene of them getting guns?
25 minutes that could have been taken out of this movie. That's all I'm saying. Eris, you are right. This is kind of a quick watch for a almost 2 hour movie. But I got to be real with you. You could cut out 20 and no one would have lost an inch of it.
Hold on. Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
Can I say something? D, to your point, if you had cut out 20 minutes of this movie, this would have been a Jason Statham movie.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. Thank you. Yes.
The Brother, starring Jason Statham.
Just the brother.
What the hell?
This legit would have been a Jason Statham movie.
Oh, my God, man. Like, yo. I mean, it's a $30 million movie, so you're right. That's
and keep this in mind, for a movie that only cost $30 million to make, it made almost $100 million. It made $92 million at the box office. It made its money back.
I want people to understand.
Because, Eris, this was a movie that brought us together. All we had to do was make sure Markie Mark says nigga.
I'll tell you how his character
no, the fact that he put house in front of said
no.
Oh, by the way, because Bill Maher and as another white guy said it, white guys love saying house nigga. Because that's like their only way that's their way of thinking that they can be on the same level as black people. Because hey, we know what a house nigga is. He's a chump. Am I right? It's like, get your hands off me, white person.
Speaking of which,
that's their way of, for real. That is Gen X's weird, stupid, boneheaded way of thinking that they can relate to black people by saying nigga. And in that terms, house nigga. Like, yeah, my friend Darnell said I could say that.
Speaking of Gen X, Markie Mark escalates every situation unnecessarily because him going after the Afro guy, how do you yell that man's name and pull out a gun? I'm like, if you didn't pull the gun out, you would have been able to get him, but you pull the gun out, the man already panicking. Like, come on.
That's my biggest complaint too. 4 brothers, one died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's there in spirit. The only thing that was missing at the end was a Jedi ghost.
Shut up, Chris.
No, it was stupid. No, it was really stupid.
I have nothing else to add.
No, it was really stupid because why, Mark? Why would you, as you said, CJ, why would you call out somebody's name and then brandish a weapon? You just pull out the blicky and say, "Hey, dude, you're not holding a bullhorn. Like, what are you doing?"
Also,
Yeah,
my
what's
man.
up? Private Park. What?
Also,
I just want to talk. Why are you pointing the gun at me?
Marathon.
You know what I was mad about though? It's like, bro, how you gonna sick your dog on this guy, right? And then get mad when they try to shoot
dogs.
it. Yeah. No, I'm saying, but you're mad that he shot at them. It's like you're well within your rights to sick your dogs on them, but that's the game. Like, yo,
man,
like,
you pull out a 45. I got 2 dogs.
Game is the game. Let God handle whatever happens. If they eat the bullets, cool. Like,
I'm just saying, you pull out a 45 and I got 2 dogs, 2 big dogs.
oh.
One of them is hungry.
I wish we could play that video. D says, 4 niggas in the dark.
Now it's just me.
Now it's just me. Shout out to oh God, I love it.
God, this movie is ridiculous.
It's really, like I said, like I told y'all, Netflix.
But black people low-key love this movie, despite problematic Markie Mark.
Wait, what, Chris?
Netflix jumped in the time machine and went back to 2005, made this movie, hopped in the time machine just to solidify their existence today.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
Technically, Netflix did get Markie Mark for something like this, Spencer Confidential or whatever, and I'm like, questionable, very, very questionable.
Makes you think, don't it?
Very much. You know, Markie Mark is not saying nigga in that movie. Crazy enough because even though it's set in Boston, so it's kind of wild, ain't it?
But they went back in time and told him he could say it in this movie twice.
Hold on, Chris. You mean to tell me he's in Boston and he's not being racist or nothing?
This is what's wrong with today. The young ladies today, they're not learning from mom how to cook with losing recipes.
Bro, he was paired with fucking Winston Duke. I don't think there was even a thing that I could say. I don't know if Winston Duke would want to do a movie where Markie Mark calls him a nigga. I'm just saying, like, it's just
it's two people you don't have him do that in front of. Winston Duke and Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you ain't Quentin Tarantino where he says, you know, something about he says nigga in that movie and everybody says it. I'm like, Quentin has been wanting to say nigga for a while. So, boom, he has a movie to make excuses to say it.
All right.
So, yeah, that's 4 brothers. Yay.
All right. We're done. So next week will be our last one, and we're going to take it will be our last one. We're going to take a short break after this, because the one above me he's getting matrimonied and all that good stuff. And but 3BG will take a short break during that time. We're only going to take about 2, maybe 3 weeks, probably just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're just not going to be nothing of us right there. So don't be surprised. But that being said, next week is going to be pretty much fun. And I know it'll be fun because the next one we're doing is a blockbuster. In my opinion, we always say, a lot of people like to say Independence Day was Will Smith's breakout. No, to me, it was Men in Black. And we're doing Men in Black next week.
Yay.
Man, you don't need to be out here telling everybody our schedule and what we doing, man. This is Detroit.
You snitched, didn't you?
I love you, Eris. You can't do no wrong in my eye. But I hate this movie so much.
Did you love Andre's, like, only thing that was missing was for your consideration? I paid my mom's all the bills. I did. I'm like, so you're just yelling in Atlanta at this point, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think wasn't he the only one that stuck around where everybody else was gone?
I did. And Mama didn't do nothing else. I was like, Oh, snap. The Soul Train Award is trying. He got the Soul Train Award on lock, y'all. Boom. Move out the way.
Nah, he ain't the Soul Train Award. He really going for that Nickelodeon. He really going for that Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award, ain't he?
Want that look, he want that image award a whole lot.
MTV First Actor Andre 3000 and Four Brothers.
Best actor in the action. Best actor in the action scene. And the best part is they would nominate Andre 3000 where all he did was run away from the gunfight.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Only to come back with the van and crush the Escalade. And then when the dude tried to break into the house, he stabbed him multiple times. He grabbed brother knife and stabbed him multiple times, saying, "I got kids, a wife, family."
When he did that, I got kids, a wife, and the way they did it to make it look all funny. Again.
Man, you corny.
I think, can I be real? I think that was the moment where
the movie
I think it was that moment where Black Hollywood looked at Andre and was like, "You had a shot of maybe we might put you in a lot of action movies. No, we're not doing this. You're not convincing for action." Sorry, Andre.
Well, you gotta think about the situation, Chris. One is literally bleeding out, and the other two are the only ones with guns.
I'm just saying, I didn't believe Andre's action, not for a single minute, even with the stabbing. It's like, come on, bro, like no, stop.
I mean, he did pull a Modern Warfare with that stabbing because he snuck right up on homeboy. It's just, you know what? I'm mad. Nobody got hit with the shisha of the snow.
Man, well, I don't know. Whoa. The little brother did get shot in the face, and then
nah. That was nothing more than a ploy to get him shot.
One I'm talking about. The point of it.
No, Chris. The one I'm talking about in particular was the most unbelievable fist fight in the middle of an ice block.
It was bum fights levels of like.
You mean to tell me you have Victor Sweet and Matt Mercer fighting in the middle of the ice with the snow and not one of them threw it? Waste. That whole fight was a waste.
Victor Sweet got knocked out pretty bad. I'm like, damn.
Dude, he got knocked.
Badass person. You couldn't do no like karate or anything to really throw him off.
No. He threw a couple of body shots at Mark, and that was really it. The rest of it was just him. He ate a full Boston combo and was done for the rest of the movie.
Markie Mark had plus 50 and white privilege, which puts them over.
First of all, Chris, I'm more mad at the fact that, again, where were you hiding, Mark? That mile and a half. You know what he was doing in that mile and a half long walk that he did? Dude was meter building.
Look, I'll tell you this: Mark Wahlberg had white privilege on his side, and that's how he was able to accomplish.
Yeah, it was called meter building.